Great prizes. The Cam and Strick podcast seltzer, the hard seltzer, mango lemonade. I had some last Friday. It's very good. And also, because you mentioned it's cold, because I no longer work in the local news, I still have to tell folks, check on your elderly, Kat. Check on your pets.
He's here. He's fine.
Oh, that was a shot at me.
Because he's elderly?
I get it.
You confused me.
Ageism.
You confused me. No, check on the elderly. No,
all I know
freezing.
is this.
It's freezing.
It's cold out there, and this is Hot Take Central on 590 The Fan. So all you really need to do, blare this radio show, and the hot takes, you hold your hands up to the speaker, warm them up there.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, now it's getting toasty in here because of these hot takes.
Taking my shirt off now. Whoo, doggy. No, I'm not, because it's still cold outside, and I'm still not really warmed up, although it is kind of hot in this studio, especially when all of us are in here. But here's the deal.
What's the deal?
Here's the deal. 855-282-8255. I want good texts. I want to laugh. I want to think about it. I don't want to F it up because you're driving and you're talking to your phone. They need to be legit. But entertain us, and you will have a 4-pack of this seltzer, and you'll get a good buzz on.
How about this text line? So, no typos. How about space it out?
Space it out.
How about every sentence, press enter, and then start a new sentence. Make it easy to read. Make the copy pleasing to the eye.
Yes.
Like a resume.
Yes.
Like a sheet. Like a nice sheet. Use margins properly. Use spacing.
Here's the thing. It's the same old game plan, just refurbished, spit out time and time again. You have a show, in spite of having 5 cast members, probably not good enough to entertain you for a full 3 hours.
Mm-mm.
So you want free content from listeners.
Yeah.
Generally speaking, that content better than anything that the host can come up with, or the guy behind the board buttons, or the producer. So you kind of want free outside help that we could read and then seem like we're sort of funny because we read it.
That's it.
And if you help us with content, then you win some of Strickland's seltzer.
This is Squatchy.
Strickland's.
Excuse me?
Is it called the Strick Seltzer?
No, it's the Cam and Strick. My name's first because I'm more important, and he knows that. And I gotta give a little Four Hands a shout out too because they hooked this whole thing up. It's not like Andy's in his basement making this stuff. No, Four Hands produced it. They made it, and it's damn good. And yes, his name's on it, but mine's first, and that's all that matters. But we got some, and if you guys entertain us with the text line, the Bertarelli Cutlery text line, you're gonna get hooked up. It's just that simple. This is
so what's
sketchy
gonna
weather,
happen,
boys. He says.
What's going to happen? And this is again lack of effort on our part.
Yeah.
Also trying to keep the cost down. So it's not like we're going to send anything out.
No.
Like we're going to take some of the seltzer that you guys have put out, and again, kudos to you and Andy.
Thank you.
That doesn't cost us anything. In fact, you'd give it to us if we wanted it.
Yeah.
You're a good man.
Yeah.
And so we have extras. So we'll give that as a prize. And then if you win, then you just come to the radio station, knock on the door. And it's not going to be like a whole vetting process.
No.
And say, I won. And then you get the seltzer and we get free.
You don't even have to show ID walking in.
Well, I think we should make sure they're probably above 21 just for legal purposes. But if you're going to trick us with a fake ID, is that our fault? Is that our fault?
I'm
And
not
also,
looking at it.
A peek behind the curtain, because before the show started, we said, hey, we need to give out a prize. And Cam said, I'll give out a case of my seltzer. And I go, a case? He's like, no, like a 6-pack. And then I go, well, they're in 4-packs.
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
a 4-pack. So it started,
Yeah.
I was thinking maybe 24, and then I got to 6. So folks out there, but you're going to get 4 quality cans.
They're 16 ounces, baby.
Yeah,
They'll
we're
get your
talking
buzz
16
on.
ounces. So that's really more like 5. What's the math? That's 5 1/3.
Yeah.
Is that right? 5 1/3, 12-ounce.
And you can also be like
Cans.
Charlie, because Charlie has said, I have a couple of beers, and then through questioning you find out it's usually 4.
Yeah.
So what you're going to have is, I call that a Marlow case.
So
4.
Exactly.
do you want me to be honest with you?
No.
Because you were like, I have a couple. I go, well, I'll bet it's 3 or 4. Turned out it's 4.
No, the average is what I said. The average is 2 to 3. So if you added up the fact, and by the way, I used to usually drink beer the last year or so on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Okay? So now the radio show in the morning, I've stopped drinking it all on Sundays. So Friday, Saturday, I will say this. I'm being honest. I drank all 4 of Cam and Strick's mango lemonade seltzers.
It's called a Marlow case.
On that Friday. I did, because here's the deal. If you have 2 or 3, you look, there's the one, it's sitting in your fridge with the can thing on top. I'm like, I got to finish this.
It's like, hi, come get me.
And the next day, I think my wife and I had some wine. But if you average it out, I wasn't lying. If you average it out, it's 2 to 3 per night, for sure.
The Sunday thing gets you, because that Monday morning. Whew.
Okay, what's 4 plus 2? What's the average? That's 3.
4 plus 2 is
Ladies and
6,
gentlemen of the jury, we're not trying to go after Charlie by any stretch. I think we get the general idea that when Charlie's going to sit down and have a couple means 4. No further questions, Your Honor.
It doesn't always.
And that's still not that much.
By the way, this is a compliment, because I'm just going to be straight with you. I'll drink seltzer in the summer. Usually, if you're at a party, a lot of the women enjoy seltzer. I don't dislike it. No, hold on. I'm giving you a compliment. That I enjoyed the mango lemonade seltzer so much that I drank all 4 on a Friday night.
Good.
My wife liked it. By the way, she had some sips, so it's not 4 total. I had probably 3.8.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen of the
Share a
jury,
beer with your
I
wife.
think we get the picture.
Oh, my
No
gosh.
further questions.
That was quite the Paulie Walnuts. So in crafting a tweet with the new show Twitter handle, just curious, how would you like me to phrase how they're actually going to win? Like, what are the parameters here for the text line?
Entertainment.
The dais
Early
will
text
pick a
line.
winner.
Yeah.
And the dais is all 5 of us, probably with Charlie, Cam, and myself, probably at the forefront of the election process. Probably.
We'll vote on it,
But everyone has to say, because we're a team.
and then we'll have it here for you to come pick it up.
So what? Mine and Nate's are is it equal? Like we count as one?
No. You have a say, but it's not weighted like the same as Charlie Marlow. You know why? Because Charlie, how long were you in television?
17 years.
You've been a trusted source of information in St. Louis, and
I've been a source.
Cam, you were a professional athlete in St. Louis, trusted source of entertainment.
That's it. Yeah.
Information, entertainment, merging. You know, with this
Testosterone.
show. So they're going to have. I'm sorry if that's offensive, but I think they should have a bigger say.
So Kat and Charlie are the mail-in ballots, and Cam and
what am
Seth
I?
and I, we're just we actually cast a ballot. Is that how it's weighted?
I don't really understand.
It sounds like, though, that's going in the direction of the mail-in ballots.
Yeah,
that
but it doesn't
qualified.
even make any sense.
Can I mail in a couple? Charlie's a booze bag. That's when I 314. They almost won just because of that. They almost won. Somebody, the bastard James Hahn chimes in and goes, Charlie and the cat, and it shows a couple basketball players. I guess I'm trying to dunk the ball, and they're blocking the ball away from me dunking it into the basket, and they say Charlie and the cat, and that's you blocking the ball, and it says Cam trying to read the text. You guys are blocking me from reading the text, apparently, according to the bastard James Hahn.
No, we're not.
Oh.
Yeah, that's not accurate.
What happened?
That's what he put. I'm trying to figure it out. No,
I don't really understand that meme, to be honest with you. I'm not sure if it's a shot at Kat and I or you. So
Probably
I'm just going to say
me.
it was against you.
Yeah, probably me. Somebody chimed in. This is sketchy weather, boys. I'm guessing it's sketch.
No, Squatchy, I think, was
Squatchy.
Sasquatch.
Oh,
Sasquatch, they love the cold.
they love it.
Yeah.
You know, a million years ago, there really was Sasquatch. I mean, it's kind of our
What'd you just say?
ancestors. A million years ago, the way we evolved, we looked like Sasquatch a million years ago. About a million. When we were walking through the weeds and the way we started walking upright, that was basically Sasquatch. So, yeah, it did exist. Anything
So
you
you
could...
believe Sasquatch is not related to bears, but it's ape and part of the process of human development?
Yeah, I do.
Have you ever seen a Sasquatch?
No, because I wasn't around a million years ago.
So
because
you
I
don't
wasn't
think- you don't
around
think
a
they're
million years ago.
You don't think that they're around today?
I don't know. I'm like, there's some weird video out there.
I do.
There could be. Well, my point is that, look, there's monsters, all right? Anything you could possibly imagine was cruising around here at some point, right? I mean, all the dinosaur era, the Jurassic era, all that stuff, like monsters, like in your darkest dreams, they actually did exist. So if something's still creeping through, I don't know. You go up to Russia, who knows what's up there? Siberia, where that one cat was from.
That's so
his
Daniel
girlfriend.
Wallach
Yeah.
was in Siberia poring over research. Documents.
You believe in the Yeti, Sasquatch, Bigfoot? You believe that they're still with us today?
I do. I want to. I can't remember if we talked about this on this show. This is only week 3. Maybe it was before with Cam.
Yeah, we probably did.
Cam likes to talk about this, and so do I. I look at it more like this, too. People are weird. People have weird pets, and then a pet gets too big, and they release it back into the wild. You could have a baby escape from a zoo or a wildlife type shelter situation. So I think.
What the heck are you talking about?
Wait.
Can I explain? Can I finish?
I'm trying.
It's a 3-hour
Right.
show.
Go ahead.
All these Sasquatches are up in the Pacific Northwest, correct?
No.
Usually.
Wouldn't say that. I'd say up in Siberia and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
In the
There are
United
areas
States,
that are squatchy because they have had expeditions and they didn't see it, hear, smell a Bigfoot, but still had enough information where they would say it was squatchy.
they would also do 7 seasons of episodes, but never find it, correct?
Just like that place up in Canada where they keep digging for something, and they have 15 episodes on it, and they haven't found anything.
Do you know the Devils from New Jersey, your former team?
Yes.
That's based
I know.
on an ancestor or possible
Tasmanian
relation to
devil?
No, it's called the New Jersey Devil.
Yeah, it was this weird little thing that kind of looked like
They believe is related to Bigfoot. You should know this because of your professional lineage.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have to rely on me.
I knew that.
I
knew that.
All right.
It's the coolest name in all sports of the Devils.
And there's
my opinion.
videos of this creature roaming the wild, and there is a lot of rural areas in New Jersey, people don't realize it, that they believe is squatchy.
Well, the thing in Jersey, it's not Sasquatch in Jersey. It's not Sasquatch. It's that bear that's creeping down in the subdivision. There's more bears in Jersey than anywhere. They're overpopulated. They're just creeping like doop, 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 doop. I'm going to dig through this garbage. I'm going to dig through that garbage. They're everywhere because Jersey is populated. And, North Jersey has a lot of pine and all that, pine barrens, whatever you want to call it. And all of a sudden, they just creep down and they're in civilization.
Do you think there's more bears in New Jersey than anywhere in the country?
No,
I don't know.
I think there's more bears in Jersey per population of people than anywhere else.
All right. Because, there's a lot of population centers in New Jersey, but as you know, there's also a lot of wildlife area in New Jersey, too.
Like the pine barrens and all that stuff.
Beautiful.
Yep. No, I know. You got everything in Jersey. Mountains, ocean, food.
According
nice
to
sandwich.
Wikipedia, sightings predominantly occur in the northwestern region of Washington State, Oregon, Northern California, and British Columbia. You also have rural areas of the Great Lakes region and the southeastern United States.
I'd say there's more. Like Sasquatch, fine, but
How
I'd
about
say
this?
What?
Washington, state of Washington, has over 2,000 reported sightings. California, over 1,600. Pennsylvania, over 1,300. New York and Oregon, over 1,000. Texas has just over 800.
There's one video on the internet, a Sasquatch video, not the one that everybody's seen in the 60s and 70s. You know what I'm talking about? The guy's just like, ooh, and he looks back. No. There's one where these hikers are...
And he has a watch on.
He's got a watch. He's like looking at his watch. There's this video, and try to find that, Seth, please, on YouTube, of these hikers. And they're on the top of a mountain looking down a huge valley. And they take their camera and they film it down, and they see this thing jogging, this monster creature way in the middle of nowhere, where it's like... You wouldn't even want to walk that far to try to even plan a video on this anyway. And the way this thing's walking, it's so bizarre. It's so realistic. And of all the crazy things you can find, that particular one, is that it right there?
On the mountains?
Yeah, on the mountaintop. Check that out. Great radio.
I can't see it.
That's the one video where I'm like, ooh. And there's another thing, not just about Sasquatch, but I do feel like there's dire wolves. There's some video of these guys, man, where the dog goes in the woods and he's kind of freaked out, and this wolf gets up, and it's 3 times the size, just like in Game of Thrones, which Charlie never watched. Maybe that still exists, where you got these freakish wolves here and there that maybe kind of cruising around Chernobyl or something, and they just kind of got freaky and they blew up or whatever the hell it is.
So you think Bigfoot is a wolf? Or are you saying it's another creature?
I think it's another creature. I think it's the wolves are wolves and Sasquatch is a Sasquatch. But did you see that, though, Seth? Does it look kind of real? That's what I'm talking about, that one.
Yeah,
anyway, great radio.
I always think that it's somebody dressed up, though. Every time I see it, because when they're from a distance, you can't tell that they're 7 feet, 8 feet.
I got to see that one.
Hold on. Which sighting is this? Is this in BC, in British Columbia? Squeamish?
No, that's not the one I'm talking about, dude.
Okay.
It's the one at that Orange Julius in Sarasota. They got a hot dog, and they look over, and it's Bigfoot.
Sure. Okay. You guys didn't let me finish my point.
Oh, sorry.
Didn't seem like a great one.
No, it was great. Recently, remember the video not too long ago where somebody's tiger got out in a freaking neighborhood
In Texas.
My point is, people have weird pets. There's all these weird laws based on which state you live in. So my point is, if we have people's tigers being released from their house roaming neighborhoods, why is it so crazy to think that back in the 70s, somehow an ape escaped a zoo, a preserve, whatever it is, and went out in the wilderness
100%.
and survived for several years, and people took some pictures of it?
How about Hillbilly, Florida? Hillbilly Amazon. That's what it is down there. Everybody's got some sort of crazy-ass pet, and they just, like, all of a sudden they're like, oh, I'm done with this thing. They let it go, and all of a sudden it just eats everything. I mean, I don't know, man. You're absolutely right on that. Or they flushed a gator down the toilet. Isn't that something that they used to do?
The thing that gets me, and I'm not trying to judge my fellow human beings, but whenever they find a witness to Bigfoot, like I watched that show, Finding Bigfoot or whatever, I mean, I'm a sucker because it was always the same thing. They would find a location that had a lot of reports. They'd interview witnesses, and then they would have a mission where they would go and camp out and gather all the evidence, and they never see them, they never hear them,
Never.
but they always say they were there, they could tell they were there. But the people that were witnesses were always like, yeah, I saw Bigfoot, made the hair stand up on the back of my neck.
It looked
And it's
right
like-
at me.
And I'm not trying to, like, look down on, look, I'm not the brightest bulb, I get it, but these people just didn't seem to ooze with credibility.
No doubt.
And it's fun to talk about. We're doing a segment right now on it. But also, I was Googling this, and so if you Google
Call it researching.
BC hiker films possible Sasquatch in mountains near, I believe it's Squamish, whatever the hell it is.
It was
Okay.
squatchy. It was squatchy.
Squatchy. If you look at this
Squatchyville.
picture, it looks like it was shot from space. So they're pointing to something way down there. It could easily be another hiker with a backpack on.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no way you can see whatsoever that this would not be just somebody who's snowshoeing through the mountains.
Now, I will say that.
I haven't seen that
Look,
video.
Well, look,
Here's the thing that
Show
makes
me.
me
Look.
doubt it.
Well, oh,
You can't.
Oh,
I agree.
man.
Most of the video you can't see. And the truth is now,
hold on, I have to clean that up.
he's got to clean this up.
You know what, though?
God.
Kat brought up YouTube. And I have to say, just because you've seen so much viral video go so, for lack of a better word, viral,
Yeah.
that I'm always thinking about, you just never know. What could you see that if you just pull out your cell phone camera and you capture that video, maybe it's potentially a Bigfoot. Maybe something crazy happens. But at any given moment, if you have that camera, you could get the most viral piece of video that you put it out there. Like, think about it. The Urban Meyer video. Whoever took the Urban Meyer video of Urban creeping on the woman in Urban's bar in Columbus, Ohio, across the whole world, how many views do you think that got? I bet you it was
10 million?
tens and tens of millions.
10 million. Maybe 20 million.
And it was a dude chilling at the bar, probably eating some wings.
But did he make money off that? What
I
did
don't
he
know.
do? What did
I think it went viral on Twitter, but I'm saying if that video originated on YouTube, that's and it's monetized. That thing would make a lot of money.
Well, just go to the bar and film everybody.
now, let's say it's a guy like me, beloved local broadcaster, and I have my own YouTube channel, and it's cold outside, and I miss baseball because baseball is usually a sign of warm weather, and so I just give my thoughts for 25 seconds. I put that on YouTube. Don't you think that would get maybe a dozen views?
I think people like you. I think people like your Cardinals content. I think you have a nice following already. So I think you would do well there. I think you bring back the cat chats. Not only can
You do great on that.
interview, right?
Yeah.
Not only can you interview the current players, and I'm serious when I say this, especially on a slow day. Not like today. Not like today would be that.
Yeah,
But
because we're talking Bigfoot again.
on any given day,
Again.
if we had somebody like Kyle Loesch, Brendan Ryan, just Nick Stavanoa, Joe Thurston, I seriously think that Cardinal fans would just like to hear from those folks once a year or so. Just kind of,
That's what I did with
what are you
Cat
doing?
Chat.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Does anyone know Nick Stavanoa? Do you know who he is?
Yeah, I haven't heard that name in a while.
No.
Do you know what his nickname was?
Savvy.
Softball
stab.
stabby.
I'm sorry?
What is it?
I'm asking you.
Hot staff. I don't know.
He gets really uncomfortable around you now, Jimmy. He
What
just
about you,
does.
Nate? You know Nick Stavanoa's?
The name is familiar.
Didn't I say it?
No, I'm saying the nickname.
Oh.
No, you didn't.
It
No
wasn't
idea.
softball stabby?
Nope.
I'll stab you.
Doc
Oh, hold on.
Thunder.
That's
Doc
right.
Thunder, which is pretty hilarious.
Doc
Kind of cool.
Thunder.
That's kind of cool. Hey, did you see that? Did Buzz Aldrin get into a fight with a guy the other day, or is that an old video?
I think that's very old.
Was a guy like, you're a liar. You never went on the moon. You're a liar. And he's like, what? And he punched him in his face.
I feel like I saw
It's
that
his birthday today, by the
within
way.
the last year or so.
Okay.
It's David Eckstein's birthday. Thank you, sir.
Who's cooler, you think? Buzz or David?
Tie for first?
Buzz Aldrin's a pretty cool cat. Like, you gotta think how unbelievable, how unbelievably horrifying that must have been in 1969
To go to the moon.
to go to the damn moon. In that,
A lot of trust.
oh,
lot of trust, right?
damn right.
Like, there's certain things that make me very, very happy that there are, as a species, we have a lot of people who are much, much smarter than me. Like, you ever just stop and think, like, you're in a giant building? Like, who designed that? Where you know that even if it's 20 years old, it's not going to fall down. It's got to be someone smarter than anyone affiliated with this show. You have a relative who's getting a surgical procedure, even if it's not big, like life-threatening. That doctor is someone that would be too smart to even listen to this show, let alone be
Yeah, but
affiliated
that doctor
with it.
could have something go wrong in his car and he has no idea what to do. So, yeah, he's smart in that department. We'll put him outside and see if he could survive, like, coming crawling out of the woods in 20-degree weather. Like, that kind of stuff he might not be privy to, right? So he's smart in certain areas and probably dumb in others.
Hold on. This is now
I'm dumb in everything. Go ahead.
This is now a couple days in a row. It's odd to me, but it happened once. I didn't say much about it. It's now happened twice. 2 times now in the discussion of doctors, Cam has really disrespected the profession as if it's not. When I said my daughter,
hold them accountable.
I am
accountable.
When I said my daughter, he asked me like, "What if your daughter wanted to be a doctor?" I said that'd be great, and then he was all negative about it. And then today, in terms of a doctor who's performing surgery, they can't fix a carburetor.
Well, he said that they're the smartest people in the world. Well, yeah, in that particular department, they are.
No. What I said is, I love you, but don't misquote me. All I said is that I'm happy numerous times during the day that there are people that are much smarter than anyone affiliated with this show. Mm-hmm. Now, you could find a thoracic surgeon who's brilliant, who may not be able to replace a carburetor, but he's still smarter than us.
That's right.
That's my point.
The other thing is,
With surgery.
now look, just sitting here doing sports talk radio, and I think it's fun. It's a fun job. It's not the most important, clearly.
Yeah.
But people need to be entertained in their car. It is what it is. I don't go home at night thinking I made a difference in the world.
Oh, I do.
I
But
do.
maybe down the
certainly
road,
do.
we try to do other things where you make a difference. However, there are those times where sometimes you meet someone, they tell you what they do, and they're not even trying to rub it in, but it makes you feel very small.
Give me an example.
One of my wife's cousins is a heart surgeon for babies.
Oh,
Think
God.
about that.
Yeah.
For babies. Think about how small a baby is.
God, yeah.
And then it's your task.
Couldn't replace a carburetor.
Couldn't replace the
Well, you
carburetor.
never-
Probably couldn't break
If
down.
they can, they're really special, but go ahead.
Probably couldn't break down the Cardinals
No.
Cardinals game. But think about that.
Paul
so
DeYoung is
hey,
back, baby.
so hey, what do you do for a living? I'm a heart surgeon for babies. Oh, okay. What do you do? I
make fun of people like you.
do sports talk radio. Okay, cool.
Okay. Yeah, but that's extreme. Wait, give me another example.
Almost any job.
Yeah.
No, but,
Right.
but like, think about this. Space
Almost any-
exploration.
Okay.
Space exploration.
There it
is.
When they
teacher-
first do it. So you're the astronaut and you're like, hey, guys, just trust me that once you get to point A, we're going to bring you back alive. So all you got to do is follow the sequence of buttons that you got to hit and give us the readings, and we're gonna guide you right back here and pick you up in that capsule once it splashes down. You go, okay.
Meanwhile,
Like-
you could punch through that damn
Like,
thing.
honestly, like, if it's you and you go, hey, by the way, the flight commander for your first maiden voyage to the moon is Seth. Like,
Like, oh,
You know,
oh,
like-
cool.
And Seth will be like, "Hey, where's the moon again?" You know, like,
Put the oxygen on. Press buttons. No, I'm just joking.
are you
buddy.
guys going to need oxygen the whole time?
Oh, I'll put it back on. Sorry.
Like, and it's not a shot at Seth. I'm just laying out that none of us would be
But you said
smart
teachers.
enough. None of us would be smart enough to handle something like preserving people's lives on a round trip to the moon, or to build a building, or to provide Achilles procedure to make sure you could walk again.
Were you going to say something about teachers? Because it's
Yes.
what grade?
Are you
what grade
are
they
you
teaching?
anti-doctor?
What grade are they teaching?
Teacher. What else?
What
are
grade
you
are they?
anti-police
They're
officer?
heroes. What grade are they teaching?
Are you anti-military? So
what grade are they teaching?
doesn't matter.
Well, because
So
if
you
they
think-
teach 6th grade, I just have to have a 7th grade education.
So you think
Right.
You think that anything we've ever done in talking about sports on any type of format, TV, radio, or podcast, is more important to the world than someone educating children?
I've won a couple Emmys, and
See?
I was once nominated for a cable ace.
So
But
do,
I could
do you
teach-
think that impact is greater than educating kids?
I would think if you're nominated for a cable ace, that puts you right up there with the greatest heart surgeon in the country.
If I have a
Okay.
7th grade education,
Am I wrong?
And she's
Am I
teaching
it's
6th
a
grade.
cable ace.
So cable ace, does that even exist anymore?
I don't know.
Is that like
I
when
don't know.
cable first started?
I did get a trip to New Orleans out of it.
Yeah. I will say this.
You're down
though.
on teachers and doctors.
I'm joking with both of them. Depends on
said-
what grade they teach.
No, if
Because
we were-
if they teach 10th grade, then they're smarter than me because I only got a 9th grade education. But if they teach 8th grade, then I'm like, well, I can do that too.
They're doing the Lord's work for not a ton of money, and they're dealing with your spoiled ass bratty kids
bratty.
who are annoying
I
as
know.
hell. And by the way, you parents are just as annoying.
You get 4
And-
months off a year.
Dude.
You get as much time off as children do.
And they basically get paid for working 8 months in many cases.
They get off 4 months. Norm Macdonald said all that, by the way, and I'm just like re-quoting him. But
So
go
you're
ahead.
anti-teacher.
Yeah.
That's an interesting.
I'm not
stance.
anti anything. Go ahead,
Go
Jimmy.
ahead, Kat.
I think teachers are heroic, especially all of Tyler's teachers. But I do get the sense there might be one or two that have had enough with them.
Oh, 100%. But
Like-
that's every job.
No doubt,
Like,
dude.
I mean, they're not in school a lot anymore. There's always substitutes.
Can I defend us?
Like, any more reading assignments? It seems like a lot of work for your kid. I do think that I think the pressure and everything that's gone on with the pandemic has taken its toll on all of us. And I think there might be a couple of teachers who are also kind of worn out by it.
They're worn out, man. Everybody's worn out. But can I defend?
What did you want me to give your kid an assignment?
Can I
Okay.
defend myself?
Well, hold on real quick.
Yeah, I did.
But I think that's across the spectrum of occupations.
Can I
well, I
defend
said
myself?
that everyone, yeah.
The
So
Great
you say that
Resignation.
we don't help anybody. We don't help anybody with the radio.
We don't have the impact that teachers, doctors,
I'm telling you,
police,
and I gotta-
EMS.
100%.
Pharmacists.
But I do help guys that are going through addiction problems. Like I really, really, truly do. And it costs me out the ass because a lot of them are from Canada. And I tell them to call me and I talk to them for an hour. And then you look at your bill and it's expensive. And I still do that. So I do think there's some things that we do. We get people going to work. Some Gino chimed in, who's usually negative, really negative. He goes, Charlie, you don't know how important shows like this are to take minds off of real world things like your son in harm's way for months at a time. Now his son, special forces overseas, badass, and he listens to our show, chirps me the whole time, but he gets his mind off this. So there's some positivity. And again, man, I keep all my stuff open. I got guys texting me, all guys and girls, all the time about addiction, about alcohol, about all kinds of stuff, and I try to help them, man, because I've been through hell with that stuff. So I had to defend
All
myself
right, I'm
a
going to
little
give you
bit
a
on
bell
that.
ring on that.
Just a little bit.
Not on this
No,
show. We don't do that.
Not at all. This show is, completely different. I'm actually doing harm on this show. A little bit.
It's still all relative.
It is.
Gino, we love you, buddy. I'm glad we're able to help you get through those times, but that doesn't mean that we're equal to his son, who's actually in harm's way, and that's who he's really
man.
worrying about.
Yeah, he's a badass.
You don't think that there's someone out there that they love Charlie Marlow, and because you're so open with your life and willing to share, that you have helped them get through some tough spots?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. But I don't go home and my head hits the pillow and I feel like I really...
Nah.
I really helped the world that day.
So I feel pretty good sometimes, man. You help some
I'm
people.
not depressed.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if I was a teacher, doctor, police officer, EMS, helping out kids, I would probably feel a little better about what I did in terms of when we're all dead pretty soon here. I mean, what's your legacy? Your kids, whatever it is, but also, how'd you help others? How'd you lift up others?
I'm not one to toot my own horn again.
Okay, cable
but I
ace.
was once nominated for a cable ace.